Martin Popoff from the Contrarians back again with another edition of Reliving Old Reviews is a Useless Tool of Confusion. This is going to be an interesting one. Maybe I know this review from years ago. I haven't read it in a long time, but I'm going in basically cold here. But this is going to be a really cool one. And this, again, is in the spirit of the main reason why I liked this idea for a show idea and wanted to do a bunch of these. So we're going to be looking at Motorhead's Motorhead, the debut album from Motorhead, 1977. And again, why I like the idea of this show is that we are looking at albums that it's hard to compare to anything else. You know the long history to come, and we know all the thousands of hours of analysis we've done on these different bands and these albums. And we have a lot of context to put them in now because of all the years and decades that have passed. But say back in 1977, I mean, what in the world can you say about an album like Motorhead? So this is going to be interesting, I hope, and we'll see what's going on. By the way, my Motorhead book, I can still supply that at martinpopoff.com. What did I call it? Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, Motorhead's Early Years or something like that. But I don't have one handy here, but I do have the Polish copy to show you. So there it is in Polish translation. But yeah, it literally is a book that goes up to Iron Fist and a little bit of an epilogue after that. So that's my Motorhead book at martinpopoff.com. And so yeah, let's jump into this. So this is a review by Pete Makowski, who obviously knows his stuff. Pete is a well-known, well-respected metal journalist. This is writing in Sounds, August 20th, 1977. They're important enough, I guess, at this point to warrant a picture. So there's a picture of the band, Motorhead, heavy metal lobotomy, it says. The headline says, Motorhead banger. So let's see what Pete has to say about this crazy, crazy album. An album, maybe I shouldn't say, well, I'll just say this. This is an album that I often talk about as being the first album that was recorded badly on purpose. So take that for what it means. Let's see what he has to say. Motorhead. Do I have to? ? I mean, do I have to tell you what this album's like? Don't you know already? Okay. For starters, it's loud. L-O-U-D, ! So bleeding loud that if you listen to it through cans, your cranium's liable to cave in, implode. Never understood when people call things loud, right? It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, right? Because obviously you have control over the volume knob. So is it loud? I think he means it's noisy. So loud when you play it, never mind about the neighbors complaining, the whole street will be signing a petition to evict you. J.J. Cale would have a heart attack if he heard it. Leslie West would lose weight if he heard it. This is vinyl's answer to the neutron bomb. So again, what I like about these old reviews, and this one's not even that old, but it's bizarre that he would bring up J.J. Cale and Leslie West. J.J. Cale is really bizarre, but Leslie West, he is referencing one of the few heavy people, you know, that come to mind or whatever. And I think he's channeling Mississippi Queen when he says that. But again, all of this talk about the neighbors and everything, he's really getting at the fact that it is badly recorded and probably on purpose, right? We know it was, they were just going to make a single, but then they went all through the night, speeding through the night with Speedy Keen, and then decided just to knock out a whole album sort of thing. That's how the legend goes anyways, right? So that's kind of what he's getting at. It is very obnoxious. You put it on at any volume and you're almost offended at the sound, right? Okay. As you guess, it's an excellent album, and given the right breaks, Motorhead could be the next band to wave the heavy metal banner that so many wincy, rouge-cheeked, stack-heeled pussheads have flaunted in the past. This is the real thing, he says in exclamation marks. I mean in caps. If you're into watered-down poop like Angel, etc., then forget it. This is white hot and will burn your fingers, never mind your eardrums. Uncompromising in energy and direction, they play it like they invented it. Stripped away of all the frills. The band have that stance that people like Rotten are always talking about. Let's face it. You couldn't see Lemmy sitting behind a desk working a regular hours. This guy's a natural road clone. So yeah, that's interesting. You know, brings up Johnny Rotten. I mean, this is very punk rock. It's more this album is more punk rock than the Sex Pistols, except for Credo, right? But in sound and performance, and maybe even in you know, the roots of the actual construction of the music, forget the lyrics, it's more punk rock than the Sex Pistols. Us HM aficionados know a good honest riff when we hear one, and this album's full of them. This whole group are solid, Squire, a genuine three-man army, battalion, whatever, and the production's great too. Speedy Keen is gradually becoming the Phil Spector of full frontal heavy metal lobotomy. This is no drone, but then again, it's got positive direction. That's pretty bizarre saying great production, Phil Spector. No, I mean, I'm not getting that at all. The tracks, well, Chief, what else could it start off with except for the title track, a portion of brain salad surgery that puts you into the mood of the whole affair. It also features other standard favorites like Lost Johnny and White Line Fever, plus a zappy version of the classic standard Train Kept Rolling. The most incident of the other new tracks I've heard must be Keep Us on the Road and Iron Horse Born to Lose. Guitar playing's great. Everything fits the package, including Lemmy's suave, smooth, flowing vocal approach. Suave, smooth, I don't know about that. The Lee Marvin of Megadeth rock. Ooh, maybe here's where Megadeth got their name of the band, although it's spelled Mega Death, all lowercase, death with a D-E-A. TH, guitar playing's great. I don't think that's something you would really notice on this record. As you can gather, I've only had this album for a short time, and I don't know the names of the other two guys, but they are good. Let's just say it makes Orga, the killer whale, look like a mandied out tadpole. Got the picture? P-I-K-S-H-U-R question mark. Yeah, pretty cool way to end this review. Yeah, it's I think he's getting a few things weirdly wrong there, but he is totally noticing the absolute heaviness and the vileness and the noise of it, or at least, you know, like I say, just substitute noise for loud, and I think it gets the point across. But and you know, and he is realizing it is really nasty and heavy for 1977. There's just not a lot of stuff like this at the time. So yeah, like I say, what else could you possibly say? I think he does a pretty good job here. So there you go. Reliving Old Reviews is a useless tool of confusion. Please like and subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, hit that like button. I keep forgetting to do that all the time. And let us know in the comments whether you think Pete got it right with this Motorhead review. Talk to you later.